Hey, okay, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. This is the evening of Sunday. August the 27th. And yes, you read the title correctly, and you read the notes in the description. Al Capone is yes, the famous gangster Al Capone. Yes, I know he's been dead for 30, I don't know how much. How long has he been dead? Probably 60 years. Okay. Is applying for the position of CEO of IBM. And he saw my video about how Chatgpt wrote my resume for him, and he said, you know what, I need to have, and so he decides to use Chatgpt as to see if it could write him a nice resume. Okay. First question is, that's interesting. Okay. Let's come over here to Bing. New window. Al Capone's rap sheet. Charged, disorderly conduct, discharged, traffic violation. Summarize is interesting. I haven't noticed that before. Okay, so there it is. Well, obviously that's not his entire rap sheet. But anyway, okay. So let's see if this will actually work. Of course, if I recall my history correctly, what finally got Al Capone thrown into prison into federal prison was in actual fact, I think maybe tax evasion charges, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he may have died of syphilis while he was in prison, but anyway, so, okay. it's too hysterical. Oh, what's it say up here? Create a fictitious resume for a real estate, especially for the role they were never associated with, requires a blend of factual history and creative imagination. Here's a fictional and humorous attempt at a resume for CEO. Okay, there we go. Al Capone, Gangster Lane, Chicago. Phone number Al Capone, Prohibition.com. Objective, experienced leader with proven track record in management, financial security, looking to bring innovation and growth to IBM with my hands-on experience in managing diverse teams and operations. I aim to lead IBM into a new era of technology. You know what? There's some people say, hey, he's the right man for the job, because supposedly some people have predicted the end of doom and gloomers. Mostly people under 30 probably were predicting the IBM's final downfall. I saw a video and it was something to the effect of the rise and fall of IBM, ignoring the fact that IBM, like the phoenix, has risen and fallen multiple times. But anyway, professional experiences. CEO of Copone Enterprises, 1921, managing a vast multiple million-dollar corporation with several diverse businesses, including speakeasies, gambling dens, and brothels. Developed a unique and innovative tax evasion strategy, though it might need to be updated to the modern world. Oversaw a large workforce, ensuring employee loyalty and compliance to effective motivational techniques. Experienced in partnerships, alliances with various stakeholders, businesses, and to ensure smooth operations. Proved to be able to handle competition, threats, and ensure market dominance. Let's see here. Provided security solution businesses looking to protect their assets and investments. Specialized in conflict resolution, stakeholders negotiations. Developed a network of informants to gather intelligence on competitors and trends. Specializing in alternative business strategy, cooperation skills, time management and motivation, financial management and operations, conflict resolution and negotiations, strategic alliances and partnerships, market analysis, intelligence gathering, languages, English, Italian, references available on request if they're still around. Remember, this is a fictional and humorous take, and it is not meant to be taken seriously. Yeah, but it's not like he's accepting kickbacks from China. That wasn't a very nice thing to say. I'll keep this with the rest of my resumes. Alfonso. Interesting. How did it choose a name? this isn't perfectly formatted, but that's okay, it's not important. Interest in use of horizontal lines. What's this say? Dear Hiring Committee, I'm writing to express my keen interest in the CEO position at IBM. My years of experience in managing vast empires during challenging times in America have equipped me with a unique perspective on leadership, innovation, and risk management. I believe that with my skill set, I am poised to lead IBM into a new area of unparalleled growth and experience. While my previous endeavors primarily focused on liquor and entertainment sectors, the underlying principles of business success remain consistent across industries. Understanding the market, managing people, and staying ahead of the competition at Capone Enterprises, I foster an environment of innovation, loyalty, and efficiency. My teams were always motivated by operations and my operations ran smoothly, and my competition, well, let's just say they were often left in the dust. IBM is a company known for pioneering spirit and groundbreaking innovation. I believe, you know the scary part is, there are probably people who actually write cover letters like this. I believe that my experience in navigating uncharted territories, coupled with IBM's technological expertise, can usher in a resurgence of creativity and profitability. Together we can redefine the future of technology. I am fully aware that my methods have sometimes been deemed unconventional. However, in the rapid changing world of technology, isn't a fresh perspective and I'm willing to think outside the box precisely what's needed. You know, I hate to say it, but in my opinion, is a pretty doggone good letter. Even though it's Al Capone, it's still a pretty doggone good letter, okay? Let's make a note here that was the first 15 minutes. Okay. What else can we look for? You know, maybe William Shakespeare wants to apply for a job as a reporter on CNN or something like that. Or what else can we say? What about Chaucer? What job would suit Chaucer in the modern age? Or the question might be, suppose I want my resume written in the style of William Shakespeare or Chaucer. Can you imagine what that'd be like? What a nightmare that would be. Good grief. Let's see here. What would be an unlikely job that he might apply for? William Shakespeare. Something to do with writing? You could do some kind of crazy, like he wants to be he wants to be a writer for the Enquirer newspaper or something like that. That was close. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. Maybe a theater critic.
Não, é que eu só queria saber se você vai conseguir ver. Eu acordei sentindo sua falta, saudade. Na real é que só queria que você soubesse que eu te adoro. Preciso de você aqui.
Let's see. Renowned playwright and poet with a keen eye for human motivation and narrative. Exceptional ability to capture the essence of events and create a compelling stories that resonate with diverse audiences seeking a position as crime reporter to bring unique storytelling abilities to the New York Times. Chief playwright at the Globe Theater, 1599 to 1613, crafted and presented over 30 plays that delve into human psyche, political intrigue, and societal issues. Conducted in-depth research to ensure historical accuracy and authenticity in narratives. Collaborative with actors, directors, and other creative professionals. Let's see, freelance writer. Let's see, authored numerous sonnets, poems published in predominant literary journals and anthologies. Explored themes of love, betrayal, abduction, ambition, and conflict, demonstrating an acute understanding. Crime fiction author. That's it, right? Wrote and published series of crime fiction stories involving intricate plots, detailed character profiles, gained reputation for deep psychological insights into skills, exceptional writing and storytelling abilities, in-depth character development, and so forth. And here's a cover letter for the same. I'm writing to express my interest in the crime reporter position at the New York Times, as a renowned playwright and poet with over 30 years of experience crafting narratives that delve deep into the human psyche. I believe I can bring a unique perspective and voice to the esteemed publication. My plays such as Macbeth and Hamlet often touch upon the themes of betrayal, ambition, and moral dilemmas. Themes are also prevalent in reporting and crime reporting. My ability to weave intricate plots and create compelling characters is backed by my rigorous research. Geoffrey Chaucer. I know the guy. Simone Biles just won her 8th U.S. Gymnastics Championship. If there's ever a person in the history of gymnastics to be called a GOAT, certainly in American gymnastics, there's no one man or woman even close to Simone Biles. Anyway, so what should we do? What might of course, we could keep going. We could say dash of the Hamlet. Okay. Who wrote the Maltese Falcon? Dashiell Hammett. Dashiell Hammett applies for, the gossip column maybe or something like that, or the society page. Ernest Hemingway as the society to be the society reporter for Society. A serial published in the magazine Black Mask in 1929. Play it again, Sam. Of course, the question is, suppose I had William Shakespeare write my resume for me, okay? Well, no, I don't, because it's you know, here's the question: is it unethical to have Chatgpt or any AI help write a resume for me? Uh, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. First of all, the facts are all correct. Nothing's made up. What's in the resume, which you saw the other night, it comes directly from my resume, which includes all the facts of my employment history and stuff, my skills. The other point is this: if companies can, hire outside advertising agencies to write their ad for them, then what's the difference between me hiring someone else to write a resume for me? Okay. So whether an prospective employer disagree is, everything that's interesting in my resume is all the skills I really list are really pretty basic data analytics skills. I'm not really boasting of any really high-level type of data science skills. They're all just basic, Excel skills, SQL skills, R skills, Python skills, and so forth. They're just basic skills. I'm just simply spelling out exactly what it is I do. Who would be the furthest maybe home and gardening would be a good one for Ernest Hemingway. Political reporter. The scary part about this is there are people out there who write just like this. I mean, if you go in and say, well, you want to write a cover letter. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of people out there who would write this style cover letter. Maybe get an interview and a job. mean, after all, what is a resume? To a certain extent, a resume is an advertisement for available services. I'm a small business person. I'm advertising my skills. I have and my abilities available I'm advertising my services for prospective clients. Resume is simply a service available for hire at or something like that. What's interesting is Google is looking a lot like, in my opinion, Bing, in terms of we're used to get a simple list of links and stuff, now to give you a little bit of a story, just like Bar does, or just like Bing does. Okay. Interesting. Just a quick heads up. If you are back there in the background, hey, thanks so much for stopping by this evening. Be sure to click that like button for me and the bell icon to be notified whenever I go live. And of course, that subscribe button. We're slowly moving towards 2,000 subscribers. So I really need that subscribe button. But you know what's really most important from YouTube's algorithm perspective is like buttons. By clicking the like button, the follow button, that's how we move up the ladder of YouTube's algorithm, okay?
Eu já senti o clima no ar. Você me quer e eu quero você também. Não há nada que precise me provar que o destino nos leve além. Eu já senti o clima no ar. Você me quer e eu quero você também. Não há nada que precise me provar que o destino nos leve além. Não há nada que precise me provar que o destino nos leve além.
Capoeira yo-yo, capoeira ya-ya, ó cupido vem flecha na capoeira. Capoeira yo-yo, capoeira ya-ya, ó cupido vem flecha na capoeira.
Venha ver teu sorriso em teu colo, eu preciso adormecer. Essa cara de anjo finjo que me acanho pra não assustar você.
Who wrote The Maltese Falcon?
Eu preciso adormecer. Essa cara de anjo finjo que me acanho pra não assustar você. Chega logo que a chuva insinua que a gente se banhe de prazer.
Geoffrey Chaucer. Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer. voices from the undertones that rose as scandalous tales at the time. Courtier. The court of King Edward III and King Richard II served various capacities, including diplomat, controller of customs, that provided unique vantage points to observe the courtly life, politics, and gossip. Authored poems and tales reflected on the court's mood, politics, soldier and diplomat. See, so here we go. Gathered intelligence and reports while serving abroad, cultivating an eye for detail and an ear for whispers that would later enrich literary pursuits, engaged in diplomatic missions, gaining insights into international politics. Let's see, study of philosophy and literature, Inner Temple in London, a deep understanding of human nature, good references on the quest, and a cover letter, here we go. With great enthusiasm, I submit my application for the gossip reporter at CNN. As the author of Canterbury Tales and a former courtier in the English court, I possessed a unique blend of storytelling prowess and first-hand experience in observing and chronicling the nuances of the human society. And so forth. Okay, good. Let's see, William Shakespeare. Godfrey Chaucer. Sorry, I didn't mean to refer to you as Geoffrey Chaucer. It's Godfrey Chaucer. Sure it actually saved it where it needed to. Copy, browse. Yes, exactly. Documents. Okay. Now let's come back over here. Let's take a look at Rsume. So, thee his tale of data browse. Contact should you wish to speak. Email cell the messenger soft club. On the YouTube stage, his teachings doth he show. Tools of the trade so deftly does he yield, and tells a Tabular and Power BI revealed. In Excel vast domain he ne'er did yield. With SQL might, he conquered, his queries are sharp and keen. In our embrace, his sights are seen. In IDE's might, he crafts his scripts so neat, with the AI's gaze and insights and man do meet. Adventure the land of data vast. On cyclistic journeys his net is cast. Of illicit herbs and fruits he did tell. With GitHub might the R's magic spell. On YouTube stories, where data science stands tall. Where David's tells and findings do enthrall. Well, maybe you would prefer. Maybe you would prefer my resume. For instance, I had Godfrey Chaucer rewrite my resume for me. In life and tender care, for kin he stood in days of deep despair. At Trugeet's helm, sales and service fair, and Dalimir all, his voice did ring. At Starcom and Salvation, his deeds did sing. In days of yore, at Clavera's side, in CompuWare, Cyber, he did abide. In Boulder Land and EDS he soared. Crafting databases his skill adored. I'll be honest. Don't you get tired of the same old resumes over and over again? I mean, everybody's resumes are basically the same. If I have, my resume. Okay, who next? Ernest Hemingway, possibly. William Shakespeare? Why not? William Shakespeare. Play it again, Sam. David J. Jackson, a sage of Data's realm. To reach this sage with query or acclaim, email, cell, and messenger by name. On YouTube stage his wisdom doth proclaim. Instruments of art by which both with doth excel. The tabular and Power BI his tales he doth tell. In Excel's vast expanse his mastery does swell. With SQL's tongue his queries deep and true, and with R's grace and insights are new. His IDE's a quiver of tools so fine. With Al AI's touch, the future he divines. The budding minds, his knowledge he. So here's the question: have you ever received? What is the most What is the most interesting resume you ever saw in terms of style, in terms of content? And what's the most interesting that you've actually heard of? I mean, for instance, I once made a resume that looked like a menu from a restaurant. I never actually used it, but I did. Sometimes you think it's just saying, to me. Sorry, I got you. Ventures bold in Data's vast domain, upon stylistic paths and insights he to gain, of forbidden herbs and fruits of health, with GitHub's aid and R's stealth wealth. On YouTube's vast theater his voice doth resound, caribou data science where his teachings are found. Life's tapestry of labor and love, to kin in need, he rose above. With True Green's banner he soared like a dove. Okay. Which one is this? Oh, shoot, got the cover. Okay. Let's go for, let's see, who wrote The Maltese Falcon?
você. O povo cantou, ai, ai. O povo cantou, ai, ai. Dona Maria, todo meu axé deseja você. Dona Maria, todo meu axé deseja você.
The city was a web of ones and zeros, and David J. Jackson, with his gumshoe who knew how to navigate it. If you needed to reach him, you drop him a line via email or give him a buzz on the phone. But if you wanted to real low down, you'd find his tales on YouTube, where digital streets talked. He had a toolkit, all right, sleek visualization tools like Tabby and Power BI, where he'd lay out the scene, connecting the dots and painting the bigger picture. Excel was his trusty sidekick, helping him to shift through the muck with Power Query's Power Pivot Table and SQL. That was the language of the streets, and David was fluent. Our program was his undercover persona, blending with the digital crowd with packages like RStudio and ggplot 2. He wasn't old school though. The guy had a thing for AI and always knew for the next big lead in platforms like Bard and Bing. He's seen things you wouldn't believe: cyclistic bike share capers, illicit drug mysteries, enigmas, and dietary fuel consumption. He jotted down his findings and stories on his Scareface Data Science channel, a corner of YouTube where the curious come to listen. The past, yeah, he had one. Took a break from the scene from 13 and 16, played a caregiver role for a dame he needed. Came back in 17, thinking about the gigs he had. True Green Lawn Care, where he'd been the big shot, selling dreams and solving problems. The mag joint at Sarcom. And above all that, a string of gigs in the tech jungle. What else? Yeah, but there is some fiction. I mean, how do you stand out? Everybody, it's like every job description basically says the same thing. Every resume basically says the same. Everybody is a go-getter, team leader, team builder, innovative. Everybody's the perfect employee. Every company's the perfect company. Every company is a dream job. Every is a model employee. No one's going will say one way, I'm to be honest, I'm a bit of a jerk. What else? Jules Verne, maybe? H.G. Wells?
Que não pode ser, que não pode ver a luz.
Jules Verne.
Agora, como faço pra esquecer o que eu não posso ter, mas quero viver aqui.
You know, I'm not sure, but I don't think H.G. Wells and Jules Verne's really didn't like each other. I don't think, or maybe it's H.G. Wells and what's his name? Who wrote Sherlock Holmes? Anyway.
Ou talvez ao tempo cabe.
Fantastical terms. That's probably not the word, IBM. The spirit of 20,000 legs. Interesting. In an age where the boundaries of the known world were expanding, rapidly expanding, David J. Jackson emerged as a brave explorer in the digital realm. Should one wish to contact this intrepid adventurer, he would be reached via the modern conveniences of email and telephone. Those for an eager glimpse of his expeditions can consult his visual archives on a platform known as YouTube. Equipped with an array of ingenious instruments, David ventured into the vast landscapes of data with the aid of visualization apparatuses like Tabula and Power BI. He crafted maps that charted the unknown territories. Excel, a tool as versatile as a Swiss Army knife, aided him in excavating hidden treasures. The cryptic language of SQL opened secret doors, while our programming dialect allowed him to converse with the native data tribes. His voyages also saw him harnessing the power of the newly developed artificial intelligence. With the likes of Bart and Bing, he predicted the unpredictable, pushing the boundaries of the universe. Among his noteworthy adventures was the enigma of the cyclistic bike share, the illicit drug use, and the quest to understand the dietary fuel consumption. His chronicles are regularly broadcast on the Caribou Data Science Channel, a beacon for knowledge seekers in the vast sea of YouTube. The annuals of his life contain tales of his personal heroism. Between the years he took a sabbatical from his adventures to care for a dear relative. His professional quests saw him navigating the corporate jungles of True Green lawn care, deciphering the codes of Dal American, pioneering tech innovation. So, very nice.
Hoje eu acordei com o coração acelerado, olhei o telefone e não achei o seu recado. Onde será que está você agora? Um quarto muito grande na cidade tão pequena, pensando no seu rosto eu sintonizo minha antena. Eu vivo procurando teu sorriso, porque preciso muito ainda de você. Eu estou mal, estou morrendo de saudade. Não é legal, essa distância é maldade. Manda um sinal, dizendo é mais que amizade. E cicatriza esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão.
Who else?
Hoje eu acordei com o coração acelerado, olhei o telefone e não achei o seu recado. Onde será que está você agora? Num quarto muito grande na cidade tão pequena.
Why not the South? Ernest Hemingway.
Minha antena. Eu vivo Vivo procurando teu sorriso, porque preciso muito ainda de você. Eu estou mal, estou morrendo de saudade. Não é legal, essa distância é maldade. Manda um sinal, dizendo é mais que amizade. Cicatriz esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão. Eu estou mal, estou morrendo de saudades. Não é legal, essa
Lived in an age
distância
of data.
é maldade.
He could be reached by email or phone. Some knew him from YouTube. He worked with tools, Tabular, Power BI. They showed things clearly. Excel made sense of numbers, and SQL was like fishing, pulling out what mattered from the depths. With R programming, he crafted like a carpenter with what AI was new. But David understood it. Bart, Bing, Chatgpt, tools for the morrow. He had done work, important work. He remembered cyclistic bike share. He taught about illicit drugs and helped people eat fruits. He was all data, stories and numbers. He shared these in a Kerber data science. People watched, they learned. He had taken time off between 2002. His mother needed him. It was a hard time, but he was there. He returned in 2017 thinking of all he'd done. Trugy Lawn Care, sales, voices over this phone, StarCom, the Salvation Army and its mission. Before that, there were places like life was simple, and so was work. It was about doing, understanding, building. David knew it and lived it. Yes, I did.
Tomei coragem pra me aproximar pouquinho de você e agora cá estou. Esse amor é pra valer. Tudo que eu quero agora é passar essa vida inteirinha com você. E quanto mais o tempo passa, mais eu sei que quando é pra ser é tão fácil de ver.
Sadly, he struggled with diabetes related to alcohol addiction, and he eventually killed himself. Okay. Emily Dickinson. Okay. Getting in touch with my feminine side here. Actually, I didn't want people complaining. In fact, I never paid attention to women. Let's make sure we spell Dickerson.
Já não consigo mais me imaginar sem você.
In the vast expanse of cyberspace he stood, a name, David Jackson, known and understood through Through email, Swift current, or phones ringing. Yes, she did have a committee. That's interesting. So she's clearly known for these dashes here, right? Through the Swift current, her phone ringing true. On YouTube's wide canvas, under the digital node. Tools he welded in purpose and grace. Tabular and Power BI. Painting a digital space. Excel, a friend so loyal and true. SQL language, its shades of deep blue. Robert Forrest. Our programming, like who was it who wrote The Raven? Our programming like delicate threads that weave. In the world of AI, he dared to believe. Bart, Bing, Chatgpt, the future new song. In his vast orchestra, he played along. Tells of cyclistic rides and drugs' hidden face, of fruits once consumed, in time's gentle embrace. Of caribou data science, these stories he tells, echoes of knowledge in digital dell. Years pass, some silent, filled with care, where mothers in need chose to be there. Reflection followed, thinking of days gone by, Trugian challenges Dell American sky high. In earlier times, with tech as his muse, Alcabera, CompuWare, he light the fuse. In Boulder's embrace, which EDS he united, tied. Crafting data systems shining so bright. Well, no, I mean, as long as the facts presented are correct. See, that's the challenge, right? How do you stand out? Do I have more or less talent than someone else? I mean, how many years of experience do I actually have? Now, how many years of experience have I acquired in the last 3 years? If we measure knowledge level for different skills, at what level of years experience am I? 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know.
Te amo olhos fechados pra não dar cegueira. Te amo cabra cega, não é brincadeira. Te amo o tempo todo até segunda-feira. Te amo, só te amo sem olhar fronteira. Te amo, sou prolixo mais que faladeira. Te amo, não me importa queira ou não queira. Te amo a metade e também inteira. Te amo sem ter plano, sem era nem beira. Te amo mais que a força de uma fogueira. Te amo mais a vida corre como esteira. Te amo e te queria como companheira. Padê, padá, pará. Padê, padá, pará. Padê, padá, pará. Epa. Padê, padá, pará. Padê, padá, pará. Padê, padá, pará. Epa. Te amo em silêncio pra não dar bandeira. Te amo olhos fechados pra não dar cegueira. Te amo cabra cega, não é brincadeira. Te amo o tempo todo até segunda-feira.
Should we continue?
Só te amo sem olhar fronteira. Te amo, sou prolixo mais que faladeira. Te amo.
Is anybody watching? If there's someone watching and you want me to continue, by all, stop by the chat session and give me a thumbs up, okay? We could do an American poet like Robert Frost, maybe. What about, okay, in the forest bites and bits he stood, David J. Jackson know and understood. By emails path or phone's winding trail, on YouTube clearing, his tales would unveil. With tools as his compass, he'd map the unknown. Tabular and Power BI, the seeds he had sown. Excel, he, like a sturdy oak, stood tall and grand. SQL, the river through which data land. R programming, the birds that sing in the trees. So if I ask you, what styles or authors are the most difficult to? Are programming like the birds and bees in the trees, whispering secrets carried by the breeze. AI the horizon when the sun meets the sky, with Bard being a Chatgpt. Stories of bikes, drugs, and fruits he had shared, carved on the bark of the paper. For a while he paused by life's quiet streams, caring for a loved one lost in a dream. Then back to the woods, the Chagpt stride. Dial records calls like the wind by his side. Earlier still, in bolder okay. I don't think that Robert Frost is the style I'm actually looking for. Edgar Allan Poe.
Eu sei que eu vou te encontrar.
Who wrote the Hercule Poirot mysteries?
Flores pra Iemanjá.
Agatha Christie. Okay, in all fairness,
Tudo que tinha pra te dar. Guardei melodias pra te cantar. Me diz por que tem que ser assim, tão difícil de
the
conhecer.
grande dame of modern.
Alguém que sinta tanto amor por mim, quanto eu sinto por você. Por você.
In the bustling metropolis of cyberspace.
Senti calor no teu olhar. Prometi
In the bustling metropolis of cyberspace, a name had gained considerable recognition.
me entregar.
Those in need of his unique skills can reach out via modern post, email, or ambiguous telephone.
Tem que ser.
For the more visually inclined, snippets of his adventures can be found on the cinematic reels of YouTube, armed with a toolkit that would make even the most seasoned detective envious. David navigated the complex labyrinths of the data. Tabular and Power BI with magnifying glasses revealed the minutest details. Excel was his trusty notebook, recording clues, patterns, and leads. SQL became the language in which he interrogated a vast data sets, extracting confessions and truths with our programming. Because in the end, what really is a resume? It's an advertisement for products and services often. That's all it is. He decoded ciphers where AI was the futuristic tech that compelled him ahead of his contemporaries. His cases were many and varied: the enigmatic cyclistic bike share, the shadowy underworld of illicit drug use, and the perplexing dietary consumption of beer. His findings, meticulously documented, found in an audience, but like every good detective, David had his personal tells. A hiatus between 2002 showed him playing the role of guardian caring for a family member. His return in 2017 was marked by the association with Turgan. So which one of my personas do you folks like so far? Well, didn't I have a new complaint? Agnes, I think, had an interesting period of life. For a period of, I don't know, a couple years or so, she just disappeared. She could have left the house one day and just disappeared, and nobody knew where she was, and it's a mystery to this day. Maybe this one more. Let's end on a somber note by using Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe. And he of course again had his life was I think he had kind of a curious life. He's noted for things like The Raven, for The House of Seven Gables, among other things. You know, of course, the first great American poet was probably Henry Wadsworth. Who wrote On Walden Pond? Macabre. This could be interesting. Henry David Thoreau. In the shadowy corridors of vast cyberspace, there echoed a name, David J. Jackson. Those souls wishing to commune with him would have sent ethereal messages to email or attempt to bridge the void with a telephonic call. For the braver hearts, a glimpse into the digital enigma would be gleaned from the haunting theater of YouTube. With arcane tools, he conjured visions from digital beyond. Tabular, Power BI, and ancient oracles reveal cryptic truths. Excel, that old tomb, held secrets and incantations. The forbidden language spoke in the spirits of the database. His chronicles were many. The cyclistic bike share journey through the mist-shrouded paths. The dark tale of illicit drug use, which of course I believe, in actual fact, Edgar Allan Poe may have dabbled in, to put it politely, and the enigmatic riddle of the dietary fruit consumption. His revelations were shared to the world through Copone. Yet, beneath the tales of data and code, a personal story. A period of solitude and reflection, 2013. He was bound by duty and love to care for kin. In the distant long past, who else could it be? Maybe just one more. Henry David Thoreau. Most noted for the book entitled On Wanda Pond, which presented him as a person kind of abandoned in society, lived out next to a one-room little shack on the pond. Now, I'm not really sure what all the events are actually true. Okay, some of the things are fiction. The other thing is, many years ago, I went to Walden Pond, and it was like a mud puddle. It was like nothing. It was maybe 20 feet across, and very shallow. Of course, it may have also drained off a lot since Henry David Thoreau's time, but still, it was kind of interesting. It's like, really, this is where he came and he spent 2 years? Transcendentalist. Often mused on the interplay between man and nature, individualism and simple living. Let's craft your resume introspective, nature-infused, okay, here we go, in the vast expanse of digital frontier, akin to the woods of Walden. There dwells the contemplative soul, David J. Jackson. Now this is me. Yes, definitely contemplative soul. Those yearning to connect with him might send an email through electronic post or call out across the telephonic ether. For those who wish to witness his musing on the interconnectedness of all things, he might find solace on the visual glades of YouTube. Equipped with tools that bridge the chasm between nature and machine, David threads lightly. Tabula, Power BI serve as his compass and map, charting the uncharted. Excel is his journey, is his journal. Capturing observations and reflections with SQL, he converses with the spirits of the data lakes, and through his meditations have led him to ponder the cyclistic bike share, reflect upon the shadows of illicit drug use, and the marvels and the bounty of dietary fuel consumption. Yet amidst the dietary stream, there came a time of personal retreat. Beloved Ken, emerging, rejuvenated, Now there's a question. Is Henry David Thoreau's on Walden Pond a true story?
Fecho a porta que hoje eu quero te proteger. Se tiver com frio, meu abraço vai aquecer você. Escolhe a música que eu abro, vinho, um brinde, eu e você. Nessa sintonia os nossos corpos vão se envolver.
Yes, Walden Pond, or Life in the Woods, often referred to simply as Walden, is a reflective of a simple life, simple living in natural surroundings, written by Henry David Thoreau. The work is part personal declaration of independence, social experiment, voyage of the spiritual discovery, satire, and manual self-reliance. Thoreau describes his experience living in a small cabin he built near Walden Pond in the woods near Concord, Massachusetts. He resided there for 2 years and 2 months. Thoreau used this time to write, reflect, exploring. While Walden Pond is based on his real-life experience observation, it is not strictly a day-to-day account of his time in that period. Instead, the book condenses his experience over these 2 years into a single year for artistic and thematic reasons. He used the work to articulate his personal philosophy. Interesting. Okay. But like I said, when I visited Walden Pond many years ago, it was like, really? Now you're expecting some huge pond or some majestic pond surrounded by wall pines and beaver dams, and it was like this little mud puddle. Anyway, okay. Here's a question for you. Faulkner. Interesting. That crazy Ernest Hemingway. What are we going to do with that guy? Okay. Let's see. Recreating the style of an author is a challenging endeavor. It requires understanding their unique voice, themes, sentence structures, vocabulary choices, and other nuances. While difficult, can be subjective. Some authors are notoriously challenged to emulate due to the distinct and complex styles. Here's a few. James Joyce, particularly his work Ulysses and Finian's Wake. Joyce's stream of consciousness narrative, dense allusions, intricate wordplay, and experimental language make his style extremely challenging to replicate. Like Joyce, Faulkner often employed a stream of consciousness technique with long, intricate sentences and deep connections to the American South, making his voice. Who wrote Virginia Woolf, her introspective narrative style, which delves deeply into the inner thoughts and feelings of her characters, is nuanced and idiosyncratic. While his style is characterized by simplicity and brevity, capturing the depth and emotion beneath is a challenge. Gertrude Stein. Known for her experimental use of language and repetition, Stein's work can be difficult to grasp, let alone emulate. T.S. Eliot. His poetry, filled with allusions and intricate symbolism, requires a deep understanding of both the content. Jules Louis Bourget is intellectually dense, filled with references to literature, philosophy, and metaphysics. Interesting. Vladimir, with his intricate prose, multi-layered narratives, and vast vocabulary. Samuel Beckett, his minimalist, bleak style, especially the works like Waiting for Godot, captures the existential despair in a way that challenges. E. Cummings. Known for his unconventional punctuation, syntax, and formatting in poetry. Who wrote? What am I thinking of? What's the name of the book? He wrote about a pig. He wrote about the Oklahoma Dust Bowl. I might just let it go ahead and keep. Okay. Steinbeck. David Steinbeck. David Steinbeck. That's the wrong guy. John Steinbeck. Let's try one more. No, it's don't. A flawed genius. Most geniuses are flawed. Okay. Before we leave you tonight, there's one more thing we have to do. We have to go back and take care of another copyright claim. Okay. Studio. Oh, let's see something. Just again with which one? Adora.
A vida é só uma e não há tempo de voltar atrás. Não leve tudo tão a sério. Esqueça a dor, abra o sorriso e corra atrás. Pra ser feliz não há mistério. Quero ver você dançar no toque da canção. Bate palma, alegra a alma, abraço meu irmão. Quero ver você dançar no
let's just take a look over here. Let's see here. Okay, my friends. With that, I hope you enjoyed this journey into the more creative side of resume writing, beginning with Al Capone, and then going through a list of authors like Jules Verne, Ernest Hemingway, Emily Dickinson, Agatha Christie to recreate a resume based on my resume. Okay, so anyway, thanks so much for your time, folks. We'll catch you probably tomorrow night. Okay, probably tomorrow night. But of course, as always, if you click on the bell icon and the like button, you'll be notified whenever I go live. Okay.